When the store first opened, or over the years, has it always been like that? Like there was no waste? Or was there a transitional phase where it was mentioned and then it became about?
It's always been a focus. It's always been one of the issues that we've looked at in our purchasing, in addition to local and organic. But I think sourcing things in bulk back then may have been a lot more difficult, and you certainly couldn't get the array that you can now. Like all of the cleaning products, the beauty care products, like toothpaste, like you never would have seen that in bulk. So I think while it was of big importance to us as an organization, I think that it was limited in terms of what we could provide members with just because of availability.
What are expected of customers? Like when they come, do they need to bring anything? Like in terms of like maybe their own bags or something in order to take the food home?
Right. We strongly encourage everyone to bring in their own containers to refill. If people forget to bring their own containers, we have used containers underneath our members table out in the produce section. Really, even just in our store operations, we're trying really hard to limit how much waste the store is producing, because even though we're offering all of these great package-free items to our members and to our guest shoppers as well, there's still waste at the store end. Like there's always going to be waste somewhere.
So it says on the website that it's Toronto's oldest co-op grocery store.
Mm-hmm.
So how long has the company been around for?
We have been around, we're in our 47th year, almost our 48th. We'll be 48 in May.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so this year.
Right?
Yeah.
48.
Okay, and do you plan to do anything for like 50?
We are going to have a big party.
Nice.
Yes.
To get started because I had some friends come over and they were quite eco-friendly, and I always considered myself to be eco-friendly.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw the way they lived and I was like, oh, I'm not eco-friendly at all. And I started learning and I started blogging at the same time, and that taught me so much. Well, I just kind of want to send out that message that it is possible to, and very feasible to live with a family and live low waste.
Do you find it easier to become zero waste since you are a vegetarian family?
That's interesting. That's a good question. So I know that we're saving a lot on meat packaging, but I do understand that there's places that you can go to the butcher and get things in your own containers. But the plastic that I do produce is dairy.
Okay.
I might get killed for saying this, but so the milk that we buy for our daughters comes in plastic that we can recycle, but it's plastic all the same.
Yeah.
And then the cheese that we buy comes in like a plastic wrapper. We throw those in our zero waste box from TerraCycle.ca.
And do you have any advice, other than kind of taking it slow, for people who would want to make the change?
That would probably be my advice.
Yeah.
I think education's really important. So watch documentaries, read books, follow kind of leaders of the lifestyle.
Like yourself.
I knew it was going to come out that way.
Well, I definitely think that you're one of them, at least in Toronto, for sure.
Thank you so much. I'm more thinking people like Bea Johnson, who founded the Zero Waste Home movement, who has 100,000 followers, but thank you so much.
No problem.
And get ideas. Get a Pinterest account dedicated to that, and just gather ideas. And I really think going slowly is the number one thing.
Yeah. What is your favorite zero waste product? So it could be anything from the Keep Cup, like we were talking about before.
Keep Cup.
Definitely the Keep Cup.
I think the Keep Cup or the Mason jar, because the Mason jar, I did a post on this and I came up with 14 different uses of the Mason jar, and I think if I revisited that post I could come up with another 14 things. So the Mason jar is just everything, right?
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be a full-on store-bought Mason jar. It can be a used salsa jar, or we have a lot of those actually, used salsa jars that we use for things. But Yeah, the mason jar is very, very versatile. You can carry compost in it, you can buy things in bulk, you can take home leftovers in it, you can drink from it, you can eat from it. But I love my caffeinated beverages, so I think the Keep Cup is probably my favorite.
But what are some challenges that you faced whenever you began with zero waste?
Yeah, I mean, so when starting out, you know, there weren't as many people doing it back then. So I didn't have as many people to talk to about it, as many people to learn from. So I kind of put a lot of pressure on myself to be zero. Like, I really wanted to eliminate all my waste. And the biggest challenge there is that's impossible. It is impossible to get down to zero waste in this world that we live in. Right now we live in a linear economy where we create from cradle to grave. Everything we create is you know, it has an end life in the landfill, basically. Most things.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was the pressure that I put on myself, and thinking that I could not create a single amount of trash, and I was very hard on myself. And then other people looked at me like I was crazy for trying to do this. They didn't really understand it. Going out and trying to explain to someone at a restaurant, you know, oh, please don't give me that plastic, please don't give me that container or those utensils. You get weird looks, you get a little bit of, you know, weird attention. So that was something I had to get used to. You know, it makes you, for me, I was very nervous the first time I went out and used my reusable produce bags. I was like, this is weird, you know, I've never done this. So it's just kind of a new way of moving through the world and interacting with people. So
right.
if you're kind of an introvert, which sometimes I am, it can be, you know, make you nervous.
Yeah, I think for me, the starting off, it's just how people will judge you. I think that's the part, like whenever you go to, like you said right now, when you go to the store and you say, oh, I don't want any plastic bag, they'll be like, what? Who is this person not wanting plastic bag? It's the whole part of like the judging thing.
Yeah.